It was a dark day in Quesnel as a Canfor sawmill pushed out its last piece of lumber. The community had been bracing for this day since learning of the closure in October. But it's still a major blow to Quesnel, which was home to the mill for more than half a century.
Though it was announced back in October, it's still a shock when a mill that's been in your community for 55 years goes dark. The last stick of dimension lumber has been produced at the Canfor operation in Quesnel. 209 people were put out of work with the mill closure. Ballyjohal was one of them.
I got off a graveyard shift at 7 a.m. I went to sleep, and when I woke up, my wife said there was tons of phone calls from employees saying that there's a meeting in the parking lot. So I showed up at that meeting, and that's when we got the announcement that there's a permanent closure at Canfor Quesnel.
It's been an epic journey for them since the announcement. Productivity, safety have remained very high, and we're always concerned about safety when we make these types of announcements and you have a run-out period. But they've handled it exceptionally well, and they should be proud of what they've achieved.
Back in October, Canfor announced the 10-year swap between its operations in Quesnel and West Fraser's operations in Houston. Still, it was stunning news for the community.
It was something that wasn't unexpected, but you never want it to happen in your community. And I think that, I want to remain positive because I think the people need the positive. It's significant. It really is. And I don't want to underplay and say it's just about the 209 jobs, because it isn't.
Mayor Sustrom and others in the community knew there were troubles in the forest industry, as did the Steelworkers Union.
The timber supply in the Quesnel area was stretched to the limit, and we had the pine beetle there for a considerable amount of time ahead of a lot of other areas within the northern BC.
Johal says the company offered him placement in other Canfor operations in places like Fort St. John and Chetwynd, but he wasn't interested in uprooting his family.
When we got the announcement, I promised my brothers and sisters on the floor there that you're my main focus, and you all come first. And for myself, I'm looking to move to the Lower Mainland. Like they say, one door closes, and I'm hoping a couple more will open up for me.
Organizations like the City of Quesnel and the Steelworkers Union are just two involved in the yeoman's effort of mitigating the impacts of the closure. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.